Ever since I started doing YouTube, I've gotten a few very sweet comments here and there where people ask about a farm tour or a house tour, so I thought now might be a good time for that. Problem is though, whenever I record, I usually take footage from multiple save files, but I think the best idea is to start out with my longest, and maybe even proudest save file, which is the one I have on the forest farm. I started this playthrough all the way back in 2022, maybe even 2021. It was obviously pre 1.6. But this video still contains a few spoilers for the new update, so just a heads up. Also, one other important detail before we begin, I did not use any mods on this playthrough whatsoever, not even for designing the house. However, I am using the cheat menu to pause the time for recording right now, because I don't want it to be nighttime all of a sudden, so I hope that's cool with everyone. Not exactly sure where to begin, but I guess let's just start with the house. This has to be one of my favorite house designs I ever did. I didn't look anything up online and I decorated everything myself. I don't like to pat myself on the shoulder, but man, I just love it in here. I spent many in-game days designing the layout and I'm super happy with the outcome. I think the flooring, wallpaper and also the furniture matches really nicely with Elliot's woodsy spouse room. Speaking about furniture, there's a couple of the new furniture pieces from 1.6, like Shane's chicken decal, Caroline's exotic plaza, and of course some of the book piles from the Wizard's catalog. But yeah, most items in here are from the regular furniture catalog. The little attic up here is probably my favorite room in the entire house. It's simple but cozy. Also, nobody cares, but this is the only save file that I have where I have 2 kids. There's an achievement for that. I was thinking about turning them into doves, but I kinda like that they roam around the house. Makes it feel more lively. The basement is full of starfruit and ancient fruit wine, so not much more to say about that. Moving on to the actual farmland. Despite Stardew being a farm sim, I don't really care that much about farming, at least late game. So I only have this sad little plot right in front of my house, which I basically only use for giant crops now. I have a mini shipping bin right next to the regular one, because why not? I have my working area to the left and right of my farm plot, including also some of the new machines and big chests. I love how the doghouse fits perfectly into this little space right here in the back. I think it's so cute. I have a couple of dead mushroom trees behind this shed. Not really sure what's going on over here, but just pretend they're actually there. I have 3 sheds on this farm, which at least one of them is filled with kegs, and I wanted to do the same with the other 2, but I was probably too lazy for that. My greenhouse is mostly filled with starfruit. I don't exactly know why I almost only have starfruit in here, since I definitely prefer my ancient fruit. And I just noticed I only have quality sprinklers in here, which I should probably change out at some point. Well anyways, I have 1 coop and 1 barn to the left side, and again, just love the layout of the forest farm. They fit so nicely into here with the leaves kinda covering the roof a bit. So yeah, if you couldn't tell, I really like the forest farm. As always, I have a bunch of fish ponds down here. Not really sure why I have a blue discus in this one, and honestly don't remember. Way too many mahogany trees. It's a bit messy to say at least, but I don't really mind. I mean, I'm on the forest farm after all, so having trees everywhere makes sense to me. I have 1 single multiplayer cabin on this farm as well, because I remember my husband and I played together on here for a very short period of time. And of course, I designed the inside a little bit as well. It's pretty cozy. Next to the ponds is a very small and chaotic tree farm. And over here is my first ever slime hutch. As you can see, this was pre 1.6, since it's a bit off to the right side, since the building used to be a lot bigger. Or I mean, a bit bigger at least. I actually have a few tiger slimes in here, and if I remember correctly, that was the whole reason why I even built the slime hutch, because I actually couldn't believe that I got so lucky that I got a tiger slime egg. I have 2 random fruit trees outside of the slime hutch, and of course 1 coop dedicated to dinosaurs, and apparently a few void chicks. Lastly, I also want to show off my Ginger Island farm quickly. If you watched any previous videos of mine, then you've probably already seen it. But in any case, I have a few coffee beans for that nice speed boost, fairy roses for fairy rose honey, mango and banana trees because that's a must-have on Ginger Island, more starfruit and ancient fruit, more fairy rose honey up here, and also I kinda hate the flooring that I have on here, but I just cannot be bothered to change it out. It takes way too long. The farmhouse itself features almost everything new from the new Junimo catalog. Love the trees and plant-like aesthetic, and of course the super adorable mushroom lamps, which I really wish we could place outside, but we sadly cannot do that. I already showed this whole design in a different video, but I kinda just left it as is because I just love the new furniture pieces. And yeah, that concludes this very short farm tour of my Ginger Island and Forest farm. I know that probably more people will care about the new Meadowlands farm, but I really wanted to show off this one first since, like I mentioned, this save file has a very special place in my heart. It was the first video I ever recorded on here, and also this was the first time I ever tried to go for perfection in Stardew. Emphasis on tried. Despite having hundreds of hours on this save file, I sadly never achieved this and gave up on it at some point. Skill issue, I guess. If you have any questions, then feel free to leave a comment down below. I love reading them. And also, please let me know if you would like to see any other farm tours. And thanks for watching.